Hello, everybody, and welcome to Valley Stadium in West Des Moines on this glorious evening. It's about 92 degrees right now, and we're feeling it up here in the booth. Alongside me is Hunter Phillips. Welcome alongside me, Hunter. It is hot up here, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, but I wouldn't want to be one of those players out there. I mean, we kind of have it easy up here. We have a cooler right behind us. We can grab some water whenever we want to, but heat advisory until 9 o'clock here tonight, so it's going to play a big factor throughout this match here, but I tell you what, I mean, there's a lot of excitement brewing here at Valley Stadium. I mean, let's start off with the Des Moines Menace having a historically great season, and with a win here tonight, they can win the Heartland Division Championship, their fifth straight PDL playoff appearance. But look at Kaw Valley. They're coming in with a lot of motivation coming into this game, not only tied for second after a win earlier this week, but nothing more they would like than to spoil the party here on World Cup night here at Valley Stadium. But nevertheless, it's hot. You know, the heat index is up towards 103 right now, and so these players are going to have to gut it out, but nevertheless, it's going to be an exciting night for soccer, no doubt.
Yes, it is, and the Des Moines Menace currently are leading the table on 28 points, and close up, not too far off them, is Chicago FC on 19 points, and then Kaw Valley on 17 points. So, you know, we look at the Des Moines Menace currently now. They're 9-0-1, and Keno, their top goal scorer, on 9 goals, has had an absolutely fantastic season. They've been coached by a wonderful staff of Alan Mosino and Dario Pott and Diwali. I mean, they've done a great job this season with the Des Moines Menace. This has been probably one of their best seasons so far as in the conference. They're vying towards their 5th straight conference win. I mean, Hunter, it's telling us something about this whole program.
And they're doing it in an exciting fashion. I mean, when you look at some of the statistics on how they've been able to defeat their opponents this year, they haven't trailed at any point this year, which is really, really impressive. I mean, this is a team that can come out, score goals, especially in the second half, but plus 22 goal differential, tied for the best in the PDL right now. So they're playing an exciting brand of soccer. And now the last time that these two teams met, it really came down towards the very end. Goals were scored after the 70th minute. Both of these teams drew in their last match here last weekend. So, you know, but the Menace, I mean, you talk about the job that Alan Marcin has done. I mean, it's truly remarkable. And it's been just a cast of really good players that have led the charge for this. But you know, they're going to have their hands full here tonight against a Kaw Valley team that does come in with a lot of momentum from the win earlier this week.
Yeah, absolutely, it does. I mean, the last time Kaw Valley and the Menace played, it was a tie. It was 1-1. Again, it was a thrilling match. We talk about Kaw Valley, and you've got a player that used to play for the Menace, Tucker Stevenson. He played for the Menace last year, and he's not in as many goals as Keno is, but he's got a bag of goals right now. He could be a threat to the Menace. The Menace lads do know him. I mean, they've played against him before, so they could have him kind of under their wing at this point.
Yeah, so there's definitely some familiarity there. The former Loyola Rambler are still with Loyola, rather, coming off a goal against OKC U23 on the road. So again, he's one of those guys that you have to keep your eye on. And, you know, I thought Kaw Valley did a good job against Keno in the last match, just really limited him to a couple of shots. So really the heavy hitters for both of these teams were kind of silent last week when both of them met, but no doubt they can score at any moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, we're talking about the goal scoring. We got to look at maybe the back line of the Menace. I mean, they currently play 3 at the back, but the shape always changes when they go forward. The back line of Manning, Brandon the captain, who sits in the middle, and then you've got Brennan to the left-hand side. I mean, they kind of master the back 3, but that could always change to a back 4 based on where the ball is and positioning and so forth. They have roles within the team. I had a chat with the coaching staff before the game, and each single player has a role within the game and what space they go into, the runs, the type of runs they make. So, you know, I think we're in for a cracking match with 2 probably well-coached teams. My thought is the Menace are going to go for this, and Kaw Valley are going to sit in and try and go break them on the counter-attack.
Yeah, and I think that's really going to be a good strategy for Kaw Valley. I mean, especially when, again, we're going to talk about the heat a lot in this game, but it is going to play a factor. Fatigue is going to settle in. So if you're Kaw Valley, settle in. You know that the Menace really want to come out. I think that they're really, like you said, you know, in that first half. This year, haven't been too good in the first half, but they're going to want to come out guns a-blazing, I'm sure. And Kaw Valley, they're just going to look to take advantage of that. But as you mentioned there with that back line there for the Menace, you know, they a lot of the media here in town is paying a lot of attention to the Des Moines Menace with how good they are. And Brandon Fricke, who of course is from Grimes, played at Butler, and he said, really, and you talk about each player knowing their role. He said, what's been the secret to our success this year is just playing together as a team. Team. That has been the mantra, and that's why they've just been so successful, is because they know their roles, and that's why they've just been playing so confidently.
Yeah, and that's the key to all teams. It's chemistry within the team. There's no egos. Nobody's up here. Nobody's there. Everyone's together. As we are about to hear the announcements of all the players. Hunters, the teams are being announced. It's a World Cup night tonight, and we are in the middle of the World Cup at this point, so it should make this pretty exciting.
Yeah, and all the fans were invited to wear World Cup jerseys, and I know that we've seen a couple of here tonight. Not too many, but I know a lot more fans are going to start to make their way here to Valley Stadium, because it is going to cool down eventually. There's a nice spot of shade there in the stands, so as more fans start to make their way here, I know we're going to see a couple more World Cup jerseys for sure.
Yeah. And it looks like the Des Moines Menace are going to line up like this. At the back, it's going to be Manning on the right, Fricke central, Brennan on the left. On the left-hand side, far left wing back will be William. Inside will be Pearson, Cavallius, and then Alwyn on the right. Up front, you're going to have Keno, Hellman on the right, Jepson 20. We talk about Hellman. We'll have a chat about him later as well. And then on Kaw Valley, we've got at the back four, because Cosmo, Sierra, James, Kellogg. In the middle of the park, we've got Kadar, Solano, Urbania. Up front, we've got Macwood, Leisman, and Stevenson, their top goal scorer. And in goals for the Menace is Mercado, and in goals for Kaw Valley is Restrepo. And there we have it. We just had the national anthem. As the players are shaking hands right now before the game, they'll battle it out and shake hands again after the game. They'll kick each other. They'll take each other on. All part of the game and being competitive. Let's go back to Chris Hellman, the German native. I think this is his third year at the Menace. He's been a part of this program. Fantastic kid. I happen to know his brother Fred. Worked me out in the gym a couple of times. That boy sorted me out, that's for sure. But yeah, he played in Florida, and you know, he's been an absolute credit to the Menace. He's done really well, and you know, over the last 3 years.
Yeah, and I think that experience has really paid off for this year's team, and not just Hellman, but really just this entire team. There's just a certain makeup of this team where I think if you're Alan Marcini, you came in your first year, and obviously getting to know all of these guys, but they've all just really bought in with him, and certainly Hellman just as tough as they come, and someone who's just a proven leader, you know, along with Brandon Fricke. I mean, the list goes on and on with just the veteran experience on this team. And you look at a Kaw Valley team, this is their first year as a club, and you know, it's interesting to see how a veteran team matches up with a team that is in their first season. But you got to give Kaw Valley some credit. You know, I think especially down the stretch here, they've really been playing strongly.
Absolutely. I mean, they're currently third in the league, and not bad for their first season. They've been put together by a coaching staff of Ubanya and Tito Chiapara, and assisted by assistant player coach Christoph Ubanya as well, who's starting today. So, yeah, a little father-son, I believe, going into this game. And it looks like the Menace in red, black, and black. They're going to kick off from left to right. And Kaw Valley in a sky blue jersey, white short sky blue socks, going from right to left as the players are in a huddle, getting ready to kick off. Hunter, I think we're in for an exciting match today.
I believe so. I mean, these two teams, when you look at them on paper, I know that, you know, Kaw Valley coming in, they're 5-4-2, but man, they're playing some really good soccer right now, coming off an energizing win on the road earlier this week. And this was a fun match last week when both of these teams met here at Valley Stadium. And I did want to note that they are going to have a change at goalkeeper from their previous match with Restrepo. Ethan Bandry was the goalkeeper for that shutout win against OKC, so it'll be interesting to see how he settles in for Kaw Valley here tonight.
Absolutely. Is it possibly something that the Menace take advantage of? I mean, a change in goalkeeping. It could be a case of they might have played the reserve keeper last weekend, and he could be the starting keeper as we look to kick off here with Kino on the ball. Kickoff takes place, and it's Cavallius on the ball, playing it out wide. Menace just settling into it, just knocking it about. Brennan back into Fricke. Just slowly building it up, a little bit of patience. It's Kaw Valley sitting in, just waiting for the moment. Goes out wide. Cavallius. Back into Fricke, looks to drive one across the field. Lovely ball into Hellman. Hellman holds it up really well. Plays it into Cavallius. Going forward. Into Jepson. Jepson still on the ball. Looking to play it out wide to Elwin. Elwin looking to take on the opposing left back. Delivers a ball into the box. Goes out for a corner. Good start by the Menace so far.
Yeah, and great passing, especially there in the midfield. And the guy that we talked about at the top of our broadcast, really with a beautiful ball. And Hellman, and then Adi Jepson, who's really been playing well for the Menace here lately, was able to take that one to Alwyn. But early on, we knew that the Menace, I mean, they know what's at stake here. And, you know, a first-half team, they've outscored their opponents 7-0 before halftime, 19-4 after halftime. Know that they, especially with this heat here tonight, they really want to get going in a hurry.
Delivery comes into the box. Fricke jumps. Cavallius with a volley just over the bar. First chance goes to the Menace. Could have been a good opportunity. Unmarked around the penalty spot, just in front of the penalty spot. Restrepo looks to play it out wide. It's into James. James playing through the middle. Delivers a long ball forward. Intercepted. Goes out for a throw-in. Throw to Kaw Valley.
Now Nick Yanis there, number 23, a Drake Bulldog. Actually played for the Menace last year. He's going to be entering his junior season for the Drake Bulldogs and really a solid player for Garrett Smith's team.
Very good addition by the looks of it.
Yes.
I know Gareth likes very technical players as well, players that can get forward in wide positions. As Kaw Valley look to play it through the goalkeeper, Recepo, sorry. Delivery coming in from the back, looking long into Macwood. Goes up for the challenge, dealt with by Manning. Williams on the ball, comfortable. Williams is a veteran, played in the MLS. To Cavalius. On his right foot, into Jepson. Jepson out to Williams. Menace just looking to build up slowly, being a little bit patient from the start. Brandon looking to deliver out wide into Williams. Williams cuts inside. Lovely footwork from Williams into Cavalius. Looks like everything's going to go through him. Looking for Irwin out wide. It's just going to be shepherded out for a goal kick by James. So a Bulldog, yeah?
And there are a lot of Bulldogs here in this match here tonight. A couple for the Menace, and of course Yamas for Kaw Valley.
And of course Sunday Mwang is an alumni of the Menace who's injured today. As Kaw Valley look to build through Sierra out the back, delivers long, looking for Macwood. Goes up for the challenge, well taken care of. Irwin playing it forward to nowhere. Kadar on the ball. Kadar plays it out, looking to play through the back. Cosma plays it out wide. Back into Cosma. Sierra back to the goalkeeper. The Menace are just sitting back right now. Looking to apply pressure now. They're starting to step. Cavalios into press Kadar. Urbania looking to play through the lines, but he's been dispossessed. Ball taken care of now.
That was a great play there made by Adi Jepson. And again, going back to what you said, that pressure brought on by the Menace results in a turnover.
Ball played out wide here. Irwin takes a touch, brings it down. Manning, Menace still looking to build out of the back. 3-5-2 system into Williams. Tries to play it in first time. Broken up. Kavarublas just sits in the hole there. Everything looks to go through him as he's here on the ball. Looks left. Williams making a darting run down the left-hand side. He's closed down by Kellogg. Kellogg clears. Can't get it any further. Then Kino. Kino just lays it in. Diagonal ball played in for Irwin. Wide on the right-hand side. Brought down by Hellman. Shoots, just goes over the bar. Wide to the right. Didn't quite connect that one, did he?
No, but I mean a great effort there by Aldewan to be able to keep that play alive and to go to your goal scorer right there.
A lot of space was given to Hellman as that ball came in, so they're not really picking up tightly, are they?
Not here in the early goings. We haven't quite seen that. And again, Kaw Valley just searching for McWoods there in the middle, and they've just been a little too strong trying to get it to him upfield.
Freaky on the ball, looking to build the attack again. Hellman makes an inside run, clearing out the space here, wide on the right for Irwin. Got loads of space right now. Ball comes in. Fantastic ball played in from Brennan. Sierra just out of play. Came off Hellman. Pete Pearson and Hellman having words there, basically about the press, possibly. Looks like Kaw Valley have changed the shape to a 4-3-3. They played a 4-4-2, I believe, the last time they played the Menace. Makeda plays it out wide. Menace looking to build. Kaw Valley looking well shaped behind the ball, not allowing any space for the Menace. As Brennan looks to break the line, goes back to his goalkeeper, Makeda. Fricky again on the ball.
I know that we were talking about Restrepo, the goalkeeper for Kaw Valley, entering this game. Carlos Mercado had a couple matches off as Keegan Meyer stepped in for him and really did a solid job just making sure that Mercado was well rested heading into tonight.
Yeah, we talk about rest. It's well needed at this time of the season, as you know, the PDL is it's very compact as the season goes on. So players have to be rested. There has to be rotation within within the system. As Williams looks to break, coming inside, it's cut out again. There's not enough space for them to play. Maybe they need to come out and rebuild again. Grablias. Cabarublas seems to be dominating that midfield, just holding him and Pearson. Throwing coming from Williams into Jepson. Just a little quaint layoff. Ball's been recirculated. Fricky was looking to drive one. He's into Pearson. Pearson looking to build down the right-hand side. Pushing, urging Manning to get forward. He turns back. They start again. Pearson. Out to Brennan. Again looking for Williams. They switch in the play. Williams cutting inside. Little touch. 1-2. Keno on the ball. Chris Hellman getting involved. On his left foot. Strikes. Oh, he just misses. Just goes, well, what a build-up. Fantastic little 1-2. Got it onto his left foot. Just went past the far post. That was a good chance there. Hunter, good build-up. They switched play.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, once again, another great opportunity there for the Menace. And how about Wilfred Williams with some great footwork there? Yeah, great build-up to that. And Hellman definitely with a shot there, but just a little wide right. The Menace, they have come out and they have really started to expose some of the early weaknesses that Kaw Valley's presented defensively, just really allowing this Menace team some space. And fortunately for them, the Menace just haven't gotten on the board yet.
Yep. Well, if you've just joined us today, welcome to the match here at Valley Stadium between Des Moines Menace and Kaw Valley. We're now 10 minutes in. Alongside me is Hunter Phillips. Just to keep you up to date, Menace have had 3 chances to 0 from Kaw Valley. A lot of pressure applied by the Menace. In for a fantastic match as play's broken up right now.
Yeah, Nick Yamas, who's handling the ball there as it goes out of bounds. He has really had his hands full there as he's just been trying to evade any Menace defender that he can. But the midline there for the Menace has just been really solid here in the opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, they've been very strong. Jepson on the ball. Back into Williams. Jepson. Cavarublas. Into Jepson. Sorry, Pearson. Out wide to Irwin. Hellman makes a darting run off the ball just to take a few defenders away from him. Irwin looking to play it into Keno's feet. Kadar just got a touch to it. Went to the goalkeeper, Restrepo. Restrepo looking to build. We are currently at about 95 degrees here in Des Moines. It is boiling hot as the ball is launched forward. Well played there at the back. Fantastic stuff by Manning. Well taken care of. Under pressure. Cavrublius on the ball. Hellman comes inside. Jepson. Cavrublius plays out wide to Williams. Williams cuts in onto his right foot. He's done this about 3 or 4 times. pass intercepted. Intercepted by that man again, James. Brandon Fricky takes down Mackwood just inside his own half.
And we've seen just how strong Wilfred Williams is, going to his right, cutting to his right. That time just a little too light there on his pass, and maybe not the best idea there, as that was pretty much well covered, but Williams has been really aggressive there towards the front line there as the Menace have started to try to get on the attack. Just hasn't been able to equal out to anything quite yet.
Yeah. Cosmo on the ball, captain of Kaw Valley, looking to build through Restrepo, being very patient on the ball, not forcing anything at this point. I know it's early, but at some point during the game, Menace might need to press, or they can go away with a point. I mean, we're very early as the ball's launched forward to Mackwood, but it goes out. Out for a throw into the Menace on the near side to the commentary position. Looks like Owen's going to take it. Little flick on by Hellman, looking for Keno. Little niggling tap into his heels by Sierra, forcing a free kick. Taken quickly by Pearson. Driven wide by Covarrubias. Everything goes through him. Covarrubias just seems to be on the ball every single time as Brennan looks to break forward. Oh, well cut out there by Kadar. Cosmo lays it into the keeper. Looks for the long ball forward. Mackwood seems to be the typical style of play right now by Kaw Valley. Play it around the back and then they look to play it long into Mackwood. He doesn't have much support though, so when the ball's knotted down, you got players like Pearson and Covarrubias picking up the ball. Yeah, and they've tried to get to McWood several times here within the first 14 minutes of this match, but yeah, as you pointed out, there's really no support there, and when those passes have been a little bit long, which they have been, the Menace have been easily right there to be able to pick it up. Yeah, and it just seems to be the way they're playing right now in the style of play, but they've got to look at maybe getting somebody a little bit higher up the field as they look to break with James. Overlap coming in. The Menace going for the turnover there. James on the ball. Looks to play it wide. Intercepted. Play broken up. Jepson looks to go. Pierce. Jepson looks to go back when he could have maybe turned to look forward, just slowing the game down. Couple of combinations. Irwin. Keno was asking for the ball, making that run into the space. Brennan, Fricky, for the ball forward into Hellman. Hellman, that was a good idea, into Keno. It looked like Keno was going to go back over to Hellman, but again, broken up nicely there by the back line of Kaw Valley. The Menace maybe need to look for those little combinations to break the line, go just around the 18-yard box. They've proved it already. Like this. Jepson on the ball. Looks to break the line. He's coming in with a shot. Great save by the goalkeeper. It's in. It's in. It's there. Keno scored. What a fantastic goal. Menace go 1-0 up in the 16th minute. Little rebound. Just what they needed at this point of the game. Well, Justin, you knew it was a matter of time for the Des Moines Menace because they really put the pressure on of this Kaw Valley team. And unlike Kaw Valley, who doesn't have the numbers out there, the Menace had the numbers, and then Keno was right there. He's been there all season long, waiting for that opportune moment. And again, it was Hellman who was right there to make that nice defensive play, and it led to a rebound and goal there. Yeah, I mean, it came from Hellman. Hellman played the ball in for Jepson. Jepson, Restrepo rebounded off Restrepo's a good opportunity for Jepson, and then obviously Keno to follow up, which I think takes him to 12 goals at this point. So now he is tied with the PDL leader, Samuel Vilava, who plays for FC Golden State Force.
But, man, what a year that Kino Ryosuke has had. Future Louisville Cardinal. I think they're going to be really excited about his addition, knowing what he's been doing this summer.
Right, yeah, exactly. As they look to try and conjure up something here, Cosma plays it forward. Kaw Valley are going to have to try and do something now. I mean, it can't be 0-0 as they look to break forward through Leesman. Out to Macwood. Macwood on the ball. Playing it into Abanye. Abanye looks to deliver. He's closed down. It's very tight. Macwood, Kaw Valley looking to build again. Kadar, little dink inside. Lovely ball in. Great strike. Offside. Whoa, that would have been a fantastic chance. Tucker Stevenson, who played for the Menace last year, just broke through the line. Now at the World Cup you have the VAR, but over here we don't. So linesman's decision is linesman's decision at the end of the day. Or I should say assistant referee.
And how about that? Kino just scored, and the other player that we talked about at the top of our broadcast, Tucker Stevenson. Again, these are two guys that were quiet the last time these two teams met here at Valley Stadium last week, and early on trying to already seen a goal out of Kino, but Tucker Stevenson just so close there. As you mentioned, just that decision there that was offside, and that would have been a great answer by Kaw Valley.
Well, most teams are susceptible. There's a 5-minute period that they've really got to focus on when goals are scored. You know, it's 5 minutes after the start of the game, 5 minutes before half, after half, and before the end of the game. Coach Messina was off his feet there for the first time. He didn't look very happy with how the team were defending, and it could have resulted in a goal if the line was deeper. Kino looked to play it wide, yeah. Irwin slows it down. Back into Manning. Covarrubias. Fricky. Captain of the Menace. Had a stint in Sweden.
Channel 13 did a nice story on Fricky earlier this week. 7th season with the Menace. So he's considered the old guy on this team, but certainly loves playing for the Menace, and actually only played 1 year of high school there at Dallas Center Grimes, which I thought that was pretty interesting. Played some club ball down in Kansas City, but man, he's, you mentioned that professional experience that he had in Sweden, and that's really been a welcome addition here for this Menace squad, especially this season. Again, going back to that veteran experience that they have.
As Kaw Valley look to build, Macwood. Abanye on the ball. Trying to take on Brennan. A little bit of skill. Well, Brennan's done very well there into Williams. Williams clears the lines. Plays it long. Cosma taking care of it. Ball now. Kadar plays it back. Strepo looks to come out to the left-hand side. Near side to the commentary box. Missed kick there by James. Goes out for a throw-in. Irwin on the ball. You talk about Fricky. I had the opportunity to coach him at under 13, 14 and 15 before he went down as Sporting KC. So, yeah, I mean.
Known him for quite some time.
There's a lot of history with me and him. Jepson didn't quite get a hold of that. Brought down by Pearson. So Menace look to build again. Jepson. Line is broken. Sierra just brings it down with his chest. It's starting to build up. Macwood's offside. No point running for that one in this heat.
And back to that last play, just Manning really had the right idea there, but again, just a little too crowded. I really like what I've seen out of Manning here so far, really on both sides.
Now we're 21 minutes into the game. Kaw Valley, after the goal, try to come back. I mean, thoughts on them maybe changing anything now? Wait till half-time to discuss this? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, obviously their strategy on both sides, I think, really didn't help them, but especially defensively, you give a goal-scoring team like the Menace enough space, something is going to happen, and they had 3 really good chances before, in the 16th minute, Kino was able to get the rebound and into the net as the Menace are back on the attack.
Jepson on the ball, looking for the overlap. Pearson on his left foot, delivers. Well taken by Restrepo. It was an easy one for him. Straight into his hands. Maybe the cutback would have worked better. Players coming in. Also with those kinds of runs when you hit the byline. Pearson hitting the byline. I mean, just a little cutback would help as Kaw Valley are on the attack here. Out wide with Tucker Stevenson. Cuts in. Delivers into the top of the box. Too tight. Pearson was closing down. Ball played in. It's still onside as the ball comes across. Great save. Delivery by Leesman with his right foot. Good save there by Makeda. Just palms it out for a corner.
And this will be the first corner for Kaw Valley here this evening.
They're looking to play short. Kaw Valley asking for 10 yards. Looks like they're going to go long. Ball's delivered into the near post. And it's a goal kick. Momentum's changed a bit, Hunter. You know, they've soaked up some pressure. They had a goal called back because of offside. They've got their first corner. So the momentum's starting to change. It's starting to go their way for a bit.
And we knew that the Menace were going to come out here in the first 10 minutes, and they were really going to try to press early on. And then, you know, after scoring that goal there in the 16th minute, it seems like they took a little bit off the gas pedal there, and that's where Kaw Valley, again, a team that they were down to the Menace last Saturday here at Valley Stadium, and they were able to come back within a few minutes. There's a little tussle there.
Yeah, Owen gave away a free kick. He just pulled Leesman down as Abanya gets on the ball. Looks like he might in-swing this with his right foot.
But I agree. Clearly, the momentum here within the last 5 minutes or so has definitely been on Kaw Valley's side, and they've had some good opportunities and see what they can do on this set play here with Urbani. Right next to John Leesman.
Abanya delivers, going in far post. Great header, it's in. No, it just came off the post. Can you believe it? Unmarked on the far post. It looked like it was Sierra with the header. He puts his head in the air. He's a little bit disappointed. He looks at the heavens and goes, how did I miss that one? Just came off the post. But what a fantastic delivery from Abanya.
Man. Yeah, I mean, that is textbook right there. I mean, it was in perfect position, and I can understand why Kaw Valley there is a little disappointed again. Second time where they have just been so close to equalizing this match here as we've reached the 25th minute here in this first half.
Yeah, Menace have got to do a better job marking on set pieces. I mean, if anything right now, I don't think Kaw Valley will, don't cut me wrong, but they look like they have a better chance of scoring a goal off a set piece.
Especially when you look at the execution there by Urbani with what he was able to do. And again, one of those top strikers for this Kaw Valley team. I mean, everyone wants to focus in on Tucker Stevenson, but you know, Christoph Urbani has really had a great season for Kaw Valley.
Kadar looking to build. Sierra on the ball, looks to play long. Again, looking for Macwood. Seems to be their target. Should be an easy one for Makeda. Little bit of activity on both benches. I just don't think any team is going to look at making any changes at this point. If you've just joined us, my name's Justin Forster, and alongside me is Hunter Phillips, here with Central Iowa Sports Network at West Des Moines Valley Stadium on this glorious night, but very, very hot night. We have the Des Moines Menace leading 1-0 with a goal by Keno, the 21st minute, I believe.
That was on his second shot of this match, and he had 2 shots in the last match against Kaw Valley. But yeah, the Menace really controlled the first half of this first half, but here lately, Kaw Valley has really started to settle in, as I think we anticipated them to do. But, you know, again, when you're kind of sitting back a little bit, the risk of potential breakaways will happen, and the numbers were on the sides for the Des Moines Menace, as they were able to get 4 shots off before finally getting one in the net. And Kaw Valley, I mean, they've had some really good opportunities here within the last 5 minutes, as the Menace are just looking to try to settle in as well here, as they're trying to regain the momentum.
Kaw Valley's shape has changed to a 4-4-2, playing a diamond in the midfield. You've got Tucker Stevenson and Mackwood up front. Which can make it difficult for the 2 central midfielders, for Pearson Cavaroblius to deal with. Banya looks to strike from far. That's an easy one, straight into Mikado's feet. It's the reason why the Menace are looking to build into the wide areas, just because of the diamond in the midfield with the 4v2 overloads. Pearson on the ball. Out wide, near side. Irwin into Kino, makes a lovely run down the line. Inside him is Hellman. Too many players around him. Look to build again.
Good awareness there by Kino to not really force anything there, just bring it back and wait for something else to develop.
Lovely ball around the corner. Cavarublius. Kadar just lays a simple ball back in to Cosmo, the captain. Eisman dropping in deep. Ball played forward again, looking for Tucker Stevenson. It's nodded on into the wide area. Tucker Steven makes a great overlapping run. Closed down by 2 players, Williams and Brennan, both together.
And a collision there on the far side. Wilfred Williams there for the Des Moines Menace. Can't quite see who that is for Kaw Valley, but slow to get up.
Tucker Stevenson gingerly gets to his feet and walks away. Brennan looks like he's hurt. Be a good time for the players to take a break, get some water, recuperate with 15 minutes to go in the game. Well, so far, Hunter, I mean, it was in the first 20 minutes up until the goal. I mean, it was all pretty much the Des Moines Menace. Kaw Valley playing to a very direct style of play, dropping off, soaking up pressure, playing very compact, looking to go direct, looking for Mackwood up front. Menace being very patient in their build-up, looking into the wide areas, into Williams and Alwyn, looking to build in those areas, looking very comfortable in the midfield. We've got Pearson and Alejandro dropping in deep to get the ball. But it's changed a bit now. The momentum's changed.
It has changed a little bit, and as you mentioned, it was McWoods who was really the point of emphasis for Kaw Valley when they were on the attack. But then soon after that, after the goal there by the Menace in the 16th minute, John Leisman was really running things there in the middle. Then they were starting to push, especially there on the far side. Early on, we saw Nick Yamas handling it here on the near side. Then they were going out and trying to find Stevenson, and nearly had an equalizing goal there shortly after the goal by the Menace, but it was overturned because of an offside penalty. But, you know, as you mentioned, Justin, I believe that the momentum still is really with Kaw Valley right now, as they have been pressing. But, again, going in the midfield, they've been sticking out on the outside, and have really kind of forced the Menace to play a different hand defensively.
Yes, and it looks like Brennan might be okay as they'll resume play. Players had a little break to recuperate, have a chat, get some instructions from the coaching staff. Kaw Valley's throw on the far side. Fair play into Mercado. Delivers out wide. Manning. Mercado delivers long into Hellman. Tries to flick it on. It's taken care of. Liesman on the ball. Kadar. Cosmo had a bit of space maybe to drive forward. Opts not to. Plays it out wide. Cosmo gets it again. Cosmo Sierra split at the back.
And we've seen the Menace try to bottle up that right side now, the far side of the field for our viewers back home.
Good up. Out wide to James. I would like to see maybe the two fullbacks get higher up the field as Keno tries to intercept that. I mean, they can't find a way to break them down. I mean, one way they could do is if Kadar comes in between the two centre backs, the 4 and 5, and maybe they can get James and they could get Kellogg higher up the field, which could cause problems if they go direct. Because right now they're just building through the back. They're being pressed in the midfield, looking to play long like this, which could turn into something as Tucker Stevens goes out for a goal kick. Now if they press the wing backs forward, it might cause a few more problems. Then they could match up the Menace system.
It seems like Kaw Valley going off of that point, Justin. That's kind of what they were doing at the beginning of this match. We're really just focusing on that back line, going up forward and that towards the middle, and it just didn't seem like that was working out for them. But, you know, to the Menace's credit, I think that they've really started to do a better job of being aware of that middle side. And, you know, Tucker Stevenson on that last play did all that he could as Kino Ryosuke.
Kino out wide, cuts in onto his left foot, plays it across for Hellman. Hellman tries to get it back into him. Jepson just putting a bit of pressure. It was a tight ball from Hellman. There's a lot of bodies around it. I don't think Hellman was too happy Germany got knocked out of the World Cup. Hopefully he can make up for it tonight.
Certainly one of the big surprises of the World Cup here on the World Cup night. Know that they were one of the heavy favorites heading into this year's World Cup.
Nah, I wasn't surprised. Kadar just lays it back. Kellogg. Again, Cosmo looking to build out the back. This is their chance. James can get forward. He needs to get forward here. I mean, we always talk about put yourself in a good position. If the ball breaks down, can you defend in certain areas of the field, or are you in a position where you can tuck in and close up the space quickly? Seems like they're a little bit reluctant to do it. Take a risk. Maybe this isn't the point with 10 minutes to go to half time. Tucker, a little touch inside. It's a little bit big for him. Irwin. Fricky. Ball into Keno for Jepson. Yeah, the runs. Hellman with a great run in. Takes a touch onto his left foot, away from the goalkeeper, plays it. Oh, and it's cleared just literally off the line, but what a fantastic ball played into Hellman. Great first touch on his left foot. Goalkeeper Restrepo did unbelievably well to save it with his right foot, resulting in a corner.
Now it's Santiago Sierra for Kaw Valley, just making that desperate leap. Otherwise, that would have been the second goal by the Menace right there. A goal-saving play there by Santiago Sierra, but Restrepo doing a good job initially of breaking it up, and then closing in was Sierra. But again, the Menace doing a great job, and it was Adi Jepson who's really been in the thick of things when the Menace have been on the attack.
Delivery comes in. Keeper punches out. Hellman lets it go out for a throw-in. Hellman's had an impact today in this game. Definitely some good chances. Jepson's been an impact. Alejandro. There's a lovely ball in. Hellman looking for Alejandro again. Cleared away by Sierra. My guess would be Kaw Valley would look to see this game out to half-time and regroup and come out with maybe a different game plan. As the ball's played into Alejandro, it's just amazing how many you have possession on a throw, and it's just amazing how many times the ball is given away at all levels from a throw-in.
Yes.
Williams nods it back. Pearson. Again, Pearson looking to build. Delivers wide. Irwin. Touch inside. Close down very, very hard. Macwood. Great close down by James. Ubanya looking to play. Plays it into Tucker. Can Tucker Stevenson make that? Yes, he does. He keeps it on the line, but it's taken away by Brennan. Brennan said, thank you very much for that effort. I'll just take it from here. Alejandro out wide to Irwin. Again, Keno making that run for the channel. Again, Irwin looks to go back when it was on, maybe to go forward. Being safe. Everything is built through Alejandro.
You talk about another player with extensive pro experience, and man, he's just done a great job there in the middle of that back line, especially here, just helping control things when the Menace have been in possession.
Delivers a ball out wide. Just eludes Irwin. A little bit too high for him. James with the throw in. Waiting for support. Looks long into Macwood. Well taken on the chest by Manning. Alejandro again on the ball. The back three for Menace have been outstanding there. They just need a little more communication. The non-communication piece, especially with the offside trap, don't need to be caught. Pearson. Jepson out wide. A little bit too big with the touch. James looking to break forward quickly. They need to counter quickly if they're looking for something out of this. James with the ball forward. Offside. Macwood is definitely offside. He was 2 yards off. Even though the ball was played first time, he just needed the timer's run.
And a good look there by Yamas there of Kaw Valley, who's been a little bit sloppy with a couple of his passes upfield here in this first half. But the one time they try to get up to McWoods, as you mentioned, just offside. Second time that Kaw Valley's been called for that here tonight, really in pivotal plays.
Jepson on the ball. Just lays it back into Brennan. Seems to be the sequence of play this half. Just building slowly into the midfield and back, waiting for the opportunity to break the line. Brennan, Manning drives forward. Jepson in with a quick ball. Looking for Keena. Lingering on the far side was Williams, just in case Keena left it. Leesman. Kadar. Slowing the game down. Urbania, player assistant coach. Son of the coach, or possibly brother. You never know.
Yeah, never know. Just know it's a relative.
Yeah.
But again, not too many numbers up front for Kaw Valley. Just really conservative approach here as we're hitting the final minutes of this first half.
Yeah, just defensively, the shape for the Menace. I mean, it's 5 at the back there. 5-2-3. I mean, keeping it compact. Kaw Valley finding it very, very difficult to break him down. Oh, they found Obanya through the lines. He found some space in there. This could be a problem. That's the thing. Is as quite a gap between the lines. So if players are breaking between the lines and they've found with a little pass in between the lines, they can turn quickly and play quick balls in. And that's something where Kaw Valley might be able to work something. Williams. Touch goes out. Kellogg, Cosmo. Plays it again into Sierra, looking to break down the right, maybe through the middle. It's long, looking for Tucker Stevenson, he broke, just a little spinning run off. Williams looks to shepherd this out, little shoulder barge. Ball goes out for a throw-in.
You talk about two players that have great closeout speed right there, battling for the ball there on the far side.
Coming close to 2 minutes left in the game, plus any allotted time, maybe for the injury. Could be 2 minutes extra, 3 minutes. Referee's decision. Kadar cleans up into Sierra. James on the left. Leesman. Kadar looking to play forward. Misplaced pass. Seen a few of those tonight. Freaky out to Williams. Irwin. Again looking to break down the right-hand side. Hallman. Manages to keep the ball. Pearson looking down the left-hand side. We got Brennan. Cuts back into Pearson. Looking for ways to break forward. Being very patient on the ball. Ball played in by Owen. Jepson, lots of space, turns. Looking to take on his defender. Cuts in on his left foot, deflected. Ball taken by Restrepo. Straight into his arms.
Great patience there by Adi Jepson with two defenders in front of him, just waiting to find that one crease. But as you mentioned, just great concentration there by Restrepo, who's really been locked in since giving up that early goal there in the 16th minute.
Kadar. Kaw Valley, couple of minutes left, really running out of ideas. They've got to come up with something new for the second half in order to break the Menace down. I mean, all the Menace really have to do is just be aware of that long ball played in behind. Can they deal with it? Can they drop the line at the right time? Looking for those moments.
And the Menace just really haven't had to divert from any changes there defensively with the 5-3-2. And it's been working. And so definitely, you know, if you're Kaw Valley, Istvan Urbani looking to make some sort of adjustments there. I mean, they've had great opportunities here in this first half, but
Alejandro on the ball, out wide on the left-hand side, brings it back. Just shielding it. Did a very good job shielding the ball. Really needed to walk away from that. He could get himself in trouble if he's not careful.
Some extracurricular activity after the dead ball. There, a little shove there from the Kaw Valley player.
I mean, he kind of had a point there. I mean, he was just shielding the ball. The problem is his elbow came up into the face of the Leisman. Yep. No handshakes. Free kick surprisingly goes to Kaw Valley, but the elbow was risen. It was put in Leisman's face, so rightly so by the referee.
Now Manning and the Menace fans certainly disagreeing there, but you know, it's a hot night, and so tempers are going to flare a little bit. And both of these teams, I mean, when they've met, they've been close matches, and so sometimes you're going to run into that. When you're fighting for possession, there's going to be a little pushing and shoving, some elbows there, and the officials made the right call.
Williams looked to playing long down the line. Flicked inside to Hallman, taken care of. We're now into a lot of time by the referee for injuries. The one injury on Brennan and Tucker Stevenson. The Menace might look to slow this down and take it into half-time at 1-0. Irwin looking to build into Keno. Keno gets it onto his right foot, preferred right foot, trying to break through the lines. He does. He's into the box. He goes down. Referee says, I'm not having any of it. You dived. It could have been some footwork from Keno, though. You never would have thought he would get past 4 players like that. Nifty little footwork. About 50 step-overs and scissors. Sent them all the wrong way. Out wide in here to Williams. Too tight. Jepson checks away. Williams takes him on again. Cuts inside. Williams. He's got lots of space here. Onto his left foot. Breaks the line. Into the box. Takes a shot. Chance. Just wide of the goal. I hope these chances don't cost them later on in the game. They've had the opportunity. Some great movement. Individual movement by some of the Menace players. As the ref blows for full time. As the players head into the locker room for their halftime chat. We are currently Des Moines Menace 1, Kaw Valley 0. Goal scored by Keno off an assist by Jepson after a fantastic ball played inside by Chris Hellman. Deflection off the goalkeeper. It was well taken. In all fairness, the Menace do deserve to be up 1-0 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there was a brief 10 to 15-minute stretch there where Kaw Valley was starting to really gain some momentum there, especially after that goal was scored, as you mentioned there, by Keno Ryasuke. But here at the end of this first half, I mean, clearly the Menace were back to where they were there at the beginning, and you can tell that this is a team that is hungry to get that playoff spot again. A win here tonight would win them the Heartland Division Championship, and they're 1 half away. And certainly I think the Menace controlled most of the tempo. They controlled really most of the distribution there, most of the possession there in the first half. But Kaw Valley, do not underestimate this team. They have some great pieces there. They have some great forwards. And I think that they're going to make some adjustments, and definitely the Menace have to be ready for it.
Well, the style of play that Kaw Valley plays, again, they sit in. They don't really push their 2 and 3 high up the field. They look to play long into McWood and Stevenson and hoping for something to happen. I mean, at the end of the day, if the Des Moines Menace backline can contain that and drop at the right time to win the ball, then they should be able to contain them. But they just got to be careful of that. I mean, like I said earlier, they might get something off a dead ball situation, so they've got to be really careful. But, you know, moving into the second half, I think both coaches have got to come out with some sort of strategy. The Menace have to continue the way they're playing, and obviously Kaw Valley might have to change something moving forward.
Yeah, no doubt, and I think that the Menace are going to be prepared for that. Alan Marcina knows Kaw Valley, you know, after playing them last week, know that some of the tweaks that they may make. But, yeah, I mean, if you're the Des Moines Menace, I mean, just keep it up in the second half. I mean, this has been a really good second-half team this year, which if you're Kaw Valley, that worries you a little bit. But again, Kaw Valley, I think if they can, like as you mentioned, if they can change that strategy just a little bit, if they have a few more numbers there towards the front, instead of just those long balls that just missed McWoods as well as Stevenson, if they can just connect on those, again, this is a team that they had a couple of chances where they could have equalized this thing or maybe have the lead. I mean, that close. So I think it's going to make for a really exciting second half.
Yeah, and thanks for watching the first half, and we are going to take a break, and we've got a visitor coming in at half-time from the women's team, Haley Halverson, and at this point, we will be back shortly.
Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukees big Silverado and crossover event. Through the end of the month, save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT, only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Miss your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Miss your hometown clothing store?
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all
This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively.
Summer is always a happy time of year, and at Come and Go, we want to make you even happier. That's why we have great deals all summer long, like our made fresh pizzas that are buy one and get one free every Friday. And you can sip happy with any size drink for just $1 every day. Or get 10 cents off fuel when you buy any 3 sodas. So come on in and find your happy this summer. Come and Go, where and means more happy.
Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukees big Silverado and crossover event. Through the end of the month, save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT, only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukees big.
All, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Left back. Okay. I know in your club career you started off as a centre forward and you were transformed as a left back, or a right back. Tell us how that happened and through the course of your career where this materialized.
Well, I actually was not anticipating this to happen at all. When I got to college, I played a little bit in midfield and forward, just kind of testing the waters a little bit because I played that through club and through high school, so it wasn't really anything different for me. And then we had a girl tear ACL, and they figured that I had enough speed and was coachable enough to play at that position that they tested me there, and there was no turning back after that.
Yeah, and University of Minnesota?
Yep.
4 years?
4 years.
Yep. Tell us a little bit about your recruiting experience. I think a lot of young viewers out there would like to know and how you got recruited to go there, and just a couple of tips for them, and then just about your experience in playing in college at that high level.
Right. Yeah, for the recruiting process, it's kind of a blur at this point. It's been so long, and it's so different now because girls are committing their freshman and sophomore years. I didn't commit till my junior year, and I was put on a timeline because if you don't get in there and sign right away, they're on to the next person. They're not wasting any time. So I committed my spring of junior year, and I went to a few camps. There wasn't really a lot of recruiting options when I was being recruited. It was you go to a couple school camps and hope for the best, or you're constantly talking to teams. I sent a few letters out, but like I said, there wasn't a lot of camps, so I didn't have a lot of places to go. And Minnesota stuck with me the whole time, and I went and viewed campus and got to meet with the girls, and I was hooked on the coach right away. I called her almost every day, I think, so our connection was there from the beginning, and I mean, it was the best decision I ever made. So
Awesome. And sometimes those decisions take you places. It brought you back to Des Moines, and you had a stint with the Menace, and you know, you wanted to go overseas and you wanted to give it a try, and you went to Sweden.
I did.
Tell us a little bit about your experience in Sweden, and in particular the language and adapting to a culture and a different style of play, and how you got there, and what they did for you.
Yeah, actually getting over there was a lot easier than I thought. I mean, if you make the right connections with the right people, and being in the soccer world, it seems so big, but it's actually so small. Like, everyone knows somebody who knows somebody, so I found an agent really fast, got over there within a few months, and fell in love with it. I mean, I probably couldn't have picked a better country to be in. People over there know multiple languages, so English was, it was everybody's second language, but it seemed like it was everybody's first, because I got there and everyone picked me out like a sore thumb. They're like, oh, she's American. Like, it was just so easy for them to tell. Yeah. And it was a super easy transition. They were really accommodating. It was like being in the Midwest. They're really accommodating. Everyone's always trying to help you out. But they also helped me adapt to their culture. Like, I was in such a small town that if there was like a holiday of some sort, the whole town shut down. So that affected me because I go to the restaurant where they feed me and it's not open. So I'm like, shoot, what am I supposed to do for the rest of the day? But it was a lot of fun. The soccer is really different. It's a lot slower, but everyone's a lot more technical. And I think that's what kind of drew them to my ability, is I brought the athleticism to the table. So of course they want someone to come in and do all the things right that they know how to do, but also bring something extra and stand out in that way. And I think that was my role on the team, and I did everything I could to help support, and it was a lot of fun. I love to travel and obviously play the game that I love, so I couldn't have got anything better out of the experience.
And we talk about the Halverson family. I mean, athletic family. You've got two sisters. You've got Libby and Gabby. Libby currently still plays soccer, and we'll have a chat about her in a bit. And Gabby used to play soccer. Currently goes to University of Iowa, and then your mom and dad, and just tell us quickly about the family.
Yeah, so I come from a sports-rich, inspired background. My dad played football his life. He's still engaged. He refs in the NFL. My mom grew up playing multiple sports, ran track and played softball in college. I grew up playing multiple sports, but obviously stuck with soccer, and my sisters were the same way. We just soccer, soccer, soccer. I'm sure, like in most families, you see your older sibling playing a sport and you want to be right alongside of them. So I think that's kind of where it all started.
And you know, you've had the chance to watch your sister Libby all these years, and now this season you have the opportunity to play with her, to train and play with her. How does that feel?
It's so fun. Because of our age gap being 6 years, it was always something that we kind of like joked about, the Halverson to Halverson connection, obviously trying to score goals and have that connection on the soccer field, but it never came to be until this year. So it's been a lot of fun, and we still have a lot to learn from each other, and I don't know. It's just something we've always dreamed of. So it's like so surreal that it's happening now. But we've had a lot of fun. I think the most exciting part is the things that we do outside of the soccer field, just to like keep each other going and keeping each other on pace. Like she's getting ready to go to Drake, and I'm obviously trying to still play. So we push each other in that regard in the weight room and doing sprints in our free time, and just really enjoying the process that we have here with the Menace.
Fantastic. Well, Haley, thank you for joining us for the halftime interview, and I look forward to working with you tomorrow at the women's game.
Of course.
Thanks
yeah.
very much. Thanks for joining us. And we'll take a quick break at this point, and we'll be back for the start of the second half of the Des Moines Menace Kaw Valley game.
And crossover event through the end of the month. Save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT, only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee Chevy.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead.
Hello and welcome back to Valley Stadium in West Des Moines as the sun goes down and we're about to start the second half. Alongside me is Hunter Phillips. The score is now Des Moines Menace 1, Kaw Valley 0. Kaw Valley in light blue shirts kicking off from left to right, and Menace in red shirts kicking off from right to left. Hunter, coming out of halftime, let's talk about Kaw Valley. What do you think Coach Obanya has instructed his team?
I think really the most important thing is that I think when they started pressuring a little bit more on defense, that's when they started to create turnovers, and that's when they were starting to open things up offensively and when they were on the attack. And I think they really just had a lot of success on the outside, going from Leisman over to Stevenson, just try to find that combination right there. And I tell you what, Santiago Sierra really had a really good first half defensively. They'll need to try to continue that up because the Des Moines Menace, especially there around the box, it seems like their footwork, their short passing there has been the reason why they've had a lot more opportunities to score. They had over 5 shots there in that first half. They were able to connect on one goal there, real just right in front of the goal, that rebounded goal there by Kino Ryosuke. So, if I'm Istvan Urbani, I'm really going to look to press things here to begin the second half and know that, this is a Menace team that's very good in the second half. They've outscored opponents 19-4 after halftime. And so, as this game wears on, there's probably going to be a little fatigue. So just settle in and hope that they can just generate something on the outside and try to work their way back in on offense.
Kaw Valley kicked off. Ball was launched forward, taking care of Fricky. It looks like Kaw Valley have made a change. Number 20, Durbin, is in. We haven't heard news of who went out at this point. We will let you know as soon as we figure that one out. Ball goes out, throw in to the Menace.
We did not see any substitutions there in the first half, for the exception of being Biko Brennan, who was injured there midway through the first half for the Des Moines Menace, and still haven't gotten any word on how he's doing. But as soon as we get word of that, we'll let you know, as he's an integral piece of this Menace starting lineup.
Free kick. Free kick on the far side. It looks like James is down, pushed by Hellman. Yep, looks like it was Hellman as he goes back to apologize. He's been told to get lost, by the way, by the other players.
It isn't the first time that we've seen that.
All he wants to do is go and apologize. But we could be in for some excitement this afternoon. I have a feeling it's Tucker Stevenson that's been taken off by the looks of it, and Durban is up front with Mackwood. I just want to make sure of this. No, Tucker looks like he's still in the game.
I think that might be Yamas over there, Nick Yamas.
Let's call Valley restart. We come out wide to Cosma. Cosma just dribbles forward a few yards, goes back.
And Justin, the Menace still in that same defensive formation that they were for much of the first half.
Yeah, a little bit of a press there. Just to deal with, put them under a little bit of pressure because they're just trying to play it out of the back. Just shock them a bit. As the ball's played out wide to Tucker Stevenson. Got a bit of space to work in. Durban on the ball, the substitute. Just come in the game. Should be fresh. Kellogg. Kadar plays. Ubanya gave away the ball. Alejandro takes care of it. Onto the far side.
A nice play there made by Stevenson to break that play up as the Menace were starting to break out a little bit.
That looks like Rashid Tete on the far side. Oh, lovely ball played in. Movement of the ball into Kino. Ball was played in by Jepson. Cleaned up on the far side by Sierra.
Boy, and just a beautiful pass once again there by Adi Jepson, who had an assist to Kino's goal there in the first half. Just really seamless effort right there with a little bit of a head fake. And he was able to find Kino and just well defended on that back line by Kaw Valley.
I just want to confirm this. It looks like James Alwyn is, has been substituted, and it looks like Tete has come in on the right-hand side. Number 22.
One of three players on this Menace team play for High Point out in North Carolina, won the Big South Championship.
Yep. Here we go, Rashid Tete from Accra, Ghana. Heads the ball, looking for Hellman. It's cleaned up by Kaw Valley, looking to build out through Cosma. Into Obanya. Looks to play long. Just over the head of Freki, offside. Mackwood was looking for the ball.
Justin also heard, too, that Johnny Fenwick is entered the game for the Menace, coming in for Biko Brennan. So Brennan was okay after getting hurt with that collision there in the first half, but it looks like Fenwick is entering the game for the first time here this evening.
Kaw Valley looking to build down the left. Tete intercepts the ball, breaks it down, looking to get forward. Plays it into Jepson. Loads of space here. Jepson breaking the line. Out wide to Kino. Didn't quite break it. Kino, 1v1 on the near side. Cuts it onto his right foot. Looking for an opportunity. He's got so much pace and speed. He's taken down at the edge of the box, and that's a free kick. Did ever so well. Jepson has loads of space in the midfield. Drove towards the back line, trying to draw out defenders. Played it out wide to Kino. Kino with some nifty footwork. Cutting inside, taken down.
Man, and that combination tonight has just been pretty to watch, but just the relentless effort there of Kino Ryosuke, just not settling. There is, again, he's been able to evade 3 and 4 defenders at one time, and now a set piece for the Des Moines Menace. Maybe try to add on to their current goal total right here.
Looks like Alejandro and Hellman around the ball. Two of them. Might be Alejandro to step up on his right foot. It is Alejandro. Delivers the ball just over the bar. just outside the 18-yard box. A very difficult ball to play. It didn't quite dip. I mean, those are the type that you have to dip. Shorter run up, but you've got to try and dip it over the wall. Pressure in the midfield by the Menace. Now pressing high. Alejandro plays it out wide. Tete into Hellman. Hellman dispossessed. Again, pressure again by the Menace. Looking to win it back. 5-second rule. They really are now. They've changed their strategy for the second half. They're going for it. Williams cleans it up. Jepson looks to play. Oh, intercepted. Durbin on the ball. This could be dangerous. As Mackwood making a darting run from left to right across the back line. Durbin looking for something. They're going to rebuild.
And a great job there by the Menace.
Slowing them down. Ubanya with the ball in. Durbin far post. Well saved by the goalkeeper. Unbelievable chance there for Kaw Valley. That should have been a goal. Marking on the far post was not good at all. Fricky on the ball. No. Sorry, my fault on that call. Fenwick on the ball. The replacement for Brennan. Fenwick. Jepson. Back to Fenwick. All the way back into Makado. Still with the same shape. Different style of play. Alejandro a little bit agitated. He didn't get that ball earlier from Fenwick. Made a darting run through the center of the park. Overloaded the two centre backs. Resulting in a throw-in now. Near side to us. Commentary position for Kaw Valley. Well, Kaw Valley did have a very, very good opportunity there and really should have scored that.
And that's really been the story for them tonight. I mean, that's the third time now where they've just become very, very close to being able to tie this game. And you could say that there's a chance that they could have the lead right now because of the opportunities that they've had, but either it being an offside or just grazing the side of the bar there, it's just been an unlucky night for the visiting team, Kaw Valley.
Kellogg played it back. Cosma looking to find a way through. Urbana on the ball. Kadar drives the ball all the way down to the far left-hand side. Nodded in. Good chance. Off the chest from Fricky. Back to the goalkeeper.
Again, McWoods and Durbin just didn't seem to know where that play was going to develop. Just not very good communication there by Kaw Valley. Is that, again, they had an opportunity, but just seemed to be unaware of where that ball was coming there from the far side.
That looked like James on the far post with a header across the box. He was a little bit agitated that there was no one else and they're making the runs off the ball. Probably not expected by some of his teammates. You've got to trust each other while you're out there. These are the chances you can take. Hellman in between the lines, receiving the ball, taken down from behind. Referee doesn't like this one bit, calling him back. Looks like it's Sierra. He walks away again. Hellman, I'm not going to say gingerly gets to his feet. Gets up strong. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm going to play on. Just going back to the substitutions, looks like Solano was taken off for Kaw Valley, replaced by Durbin. Could be my understanding. Alejandro on the ball. Out wide to Teti. Used to take on his defender. Touch was way too big. Out for a goal kick. Oops.
And it looks like on that last play, that involved Santiago Sierra. You heard on the PA announcer there that was a yellow card given to him.
Cosma plays a ball forward. Urbania was looking to play a ball in behind. This is the furthest forward that Cosmo has got forward, the captain of the team. Looks to deliver. Out for a corner off Pearson.
That ball went
I'm not going to
right
say
at Williams there.
I'm not going to say where it hit Williams, but it's pretty painful at this point. Took one for the team. Well, we go back to that chance that Kaw Valley had. I mean, that was a perfect opportunity to get back into the game, Hunter. I mean, it was there for the coming, and they should have taken it. They could reflect on that later on.
Yeah, I mean, I think missed opportunities have just been one of the big points of this match here for Istvan Yerbani's squad. I mean, multiple ones, but especially that one. That was very close.
As the ball comes out, driven in straight over the crossbar. Kaw Valley are looking for ways to drive forward. It looks like Wilfred Williams, all the way from Monrovia, Liberia, looks like he's okay right now.
Just has to walk it off a little bit.
Yep.
But again, you know, the Menace came out in the beginning of the second half, really playing strongly and really focused there on the attack. But now Kaw Valley, all of a sudden, kind of like what we saw midway through the first half, you know, they're starting to press things a little bit more and really control the possession of this match. And again, they've had a lot of opportunities, and just looking for that one is.
There's a change in strategy as well with Kaw Valley. They're pressing higher up the field when Makeda gets the ball so that Menace can't build out of the back. So both teams are playing with a little bit of a different kind of system to how they played in the first half, with a little more of a press. Don't know how long they can take this on for as the ball's played through by Alejandro. Looking for Jepson on the left-hand side. The weight of the pass was a little bit too much for him. But yeah, as I was saying, you can see there's a little bit of a change from both teams, actually. When Makeda gets the ball and, you know, Fenwick and Fricky and Williams look to open it up. And Manning, my bad on that one. But when they look to open it up, you can see Kaw Valley now pressing a little bit higher. Now, like, trying to disrupt that, forcing Makeda to play it up into the midfield where Kaw Valley have some numbers. So we'll see how this pans out as they look to break down the far left-hand side. There's an overload coming in. We've got man on man. Durban looks to lay it off. Taken away by Pearson. Little ball played in by Hellman. Laid off by Kino. Looking for it back. Alejandro couldn't just find that pass. Breaks up play again. He's done well. Wins the ball back. Hellman breaking through. He's pulled down. That's a terrible ball. Definitely a foul, and it's going in for the yellow card. I would not disagree with that. Hellman was
Absolutely
going towards
not.
goal. It could have been a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah, really not a necessary foul there by Kaw Valley, but you know, I really want to give credit to Alejandro for sticking with that play. He made that errant pass, but then was kicked back to him, made the header up front, and then Hellman was able to collect it. And now another set piece for the Menace.
We've got three around the ball. We've got Jepson, right foot. Alejandro, straight on. Hellman, left foot. I have a feeling it's going to be Jepson. Goalkeeper's on the far right. Could this be the chance? Jepson looks like he's going to step up. Steps up. 1-2. In. Just over the bar again. Another chance goes, eluding the Menace. As you can see, the Menace are a little bit higher here. The front three. We've got Jepson, Hellman and Kino. Ball's played long though. Taken by Kadar. Kadar playing the holding midfield, the 6 role. Back into Kadar. Urbania looking to find space. Can't really find much between the lines right now. The Menace are doing well defensively with their shape. Off the ball. They have found a ball through the lines. Into Durban. Needs to be quicker. Tucker Stevenson. Good ball played in. Referee says play on. He's not having any of that. Leisman goes to the ground. He does look hurt though. But it did look like the Menace did win the ball there. Looks like the Menace are going to come up with a change. As their players being taken care of.
That was broken up there by Brandon Fricky there on the back line of the Menace.
The change up coming up here is looks like Hellman's coming off. He's done his bit for the game. I think he's had a wonderful game today.
Oh, absolutely. Just really active on both sides of the field. And, you know, while we have a little bit of a break here, why don't we give a credit to all the fans who came out here tonight. It's 88 degrees right now, but still feels like 96. The heat advisory today did not warn off these Menace fans. They have just been terrific. They've been loud the entire time. I know a lot of you watching back home didn't want to come out in the heat. We appreciate you tuning in, but, you know, very important match here tonight for the Des Moines Menace, and glad that they're going to be at home, but at World Cup night, a lot of these fans did not want to miss it, so I want to give a lot of credit to the fans for coming out here tonight. It's been just a great season, and they've been a large part of it.
And if you're just joining us tonight, we're into the 62nd minute of the game. It's Des Moines Menace 1, Kaw Valley 0. Alongside me is Hunter Phillips. It's been a fantastic match so far. It's been end-to-end, especially in the second half, with loads of opportunities as the referee blows his whistle. We have had a change to the Menace. We will bring that to you as soon as we find out what the change was. I know Hellman went off and has been replaced. As the ball's played in by Kaw Valley, Williams takes care of it. Tackle, sliding tackle coming in from Durban. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like Omar Mohammed. Yes, I'm correct on that one. Omar Mohammed has come into the game from Mogadishu, Somalia. Quite the story on Mohammed Omar. He had to flee Somalia. He ended up in Egypt. He ended up in the States, Michigan, I believe. And his last club, I think, is Portland Timbers, the second team. So, you know, unbelievable story on Mohammed. I mean, he's come a long way, and a lot of credit to him.
Absolutely. Those are the type of guys that you cheer for, no matter if you're a Kaw Valley fan, Menace fan, anyone watching that, you're just admired by his story and what he's had to go through. Work really hard in his life and playing professional soccer here and in the Midwest. Know that he's having a lot of fun with this Menace team and the success that they've had. And certainly a great story, and to see him get some playing time is always really nice to see.
As Makeda looks to resume play, drives the ball deep down on the left-hand side, broken up by Kaw Valley. Williams, Jepson to Fenwick, looks to play the ball forward. Williams keeps it, taken down from behind by Sierra. It's getting a little bit sloppy out there. Some tackles coming in. Could get a bit rough.
It seems like we've called Sierra's name on a couple of those type of plays. He's not been afraid to mix it up. Really tough defender for this Kaw Valley team. He made a goal-saving play there towards the end of the first half. He's had a really good match, but the second half, just a little too aggressive.
Alejandro looks to possibly drive one in here with his right foot in swinging. A little bit of shoving and pushing in there. The ball comes into the box. It's knotted on. And it nearly went in. They're appealing for a penalty. Alejandro nearly drove that ball in on his own. Just whisked past the far post. Keeper didn't even know it was there. It's a great opportunity.
And he had a set piece earlier in this half and was a little bit disappointed with the result there, as it was just too high, and that time he nearly took care of it all of himself. But
he has a well-educated right foot, in swinging, out swinging. You name it, Alejandro can swing it in. As the ball's launched forward, it's Kino and Sierra. The goalkeeper comes out, should take care of this one. Restrepo. Cosma looking to build. Driving forward. Inside to Kadar. Kellogg. Back to Kadar, looking to build. Leisman on the ball. Under pressure there by Fenwick. Goes to ground. Good pressure from the Menace. Referee's given a free kick for the tackle on from Fenwick on Leisman. Kaw Valley looking to set up here through Abanya.
He's very good in these situations.
Drives it in. Outswinger into the box. Free header on the far post. Again, another free header, but free kick is given. He just got himself free. I think there was a little bit of pushing at the far post because there was no pressure on Durbin when he headed that ball. Again, he broke loose from his marker. "23 minutes left of this match here at Valley Stadium on a beautiful night in West Des Moines. A decent crowd here tonight. Hunter, I mean, on this particularly hot night, as Alejandro brings the ball down on our near side, a little back heel in, looking for Williams. Wasn't quite there for him. Throw and goes in the way of Kaw Valley. Kellogg trying to inch a few yards forward. Sorry, pal, that can only be done at the World Cup, not here in the PDL. As the ball's being played from right to left. Sierra on the ball. Ball driven forward. Teta in there, shepherds it out of play. I'd like to see Mohammed more on the ball. He's quite here as he gets the ball here. As I said, plays just a little bit heavy. Mohammed's quite a crafty player. Mohammed, he's crafty. He's got a lot of skill about him. So right now in the park, if you talk about some of the players, Alejandro, and you've got Williams out here on the left-hand side, and Mohammed, and there's so much skill about this team.
Big reason why they have the second best goal differential in the PDL. It's because they have playmakers like that, and Mohammed, just coming off the bench, clearly still trying to get his feeling for this match. But again, if it wasn't that much strong, Keno probably had a really good shot at that one. Just really good spacing there by the Menace as they were able to break through a little bit there of that back line of Kaw Valley. But it seems like there's been a changing of the guard a little bit. It just seems like Kaw Valley has really had most of control here in the second half, after the Menace, for the most part, controlled much of the first half. And so, as we get to the waning stages of this match, obviously fatigue setting in with all the heat here this evening. Interesting to see just how plays develop.
Pearson on the ball, far right-hand side. He's got a bit of pace about him, into Mohammed. Onto his left foot, cuts inside. Just lays it into Alejandro. Alejandro on the ball, gets it on his right foot. Little dinking behind. Mohammed was in an offside position as it was. Not Mohammed, sorry, Pearson. Restrepo looking to build out. A high line, high press by the Menace. Ball driven forward. Well up there by the big man at the back, Manning. Won that fair and square. Alejandro out to Williams. Williams looking to break forward. He's got two players around him. That's a difficult one to deal with. Fenwick dealt with that one. Just got round the left-hand side of Durbin. Good starting position. Ball played in. Looking for Jepson, but it was broken down as the long ball is played in here. Looking for Tucker Stevenson, the ex-Des Moines Menace player from last year. Ball's just driven forward by Fenwick into the keeper's arms. You look at this with about 19 minutes to go, whether any strategies will change as Kaw Valley are looking to make a substitution. Could this be an attacking formation, or is it just a player for player? The Menace going to look to defend a little more with a double six maybe. They don't like to change from their strategy. as Pearson plays the ball out wide. Teti back inside. Manning out to Fenwick. Into Fricky. The Grimes native, local boy, plays it in between the lines. Lovely ball into Pearson. Pearson, what a great ball inside. Is this Keen on the ball? And he is given offside by the linesman on the far side of the field. The timing of that run was perfect.
Yeah, very close play there. But nicely set up there on the far side. Once again, as Keno's just done a really good job of being able to dissect that back end of this Kaw Valley defense, and he's been in position many times here this evening and has the one and only goal here tonight in this match that came back in the 16th minute.
It looks like Bolanos has come on for Durban. So there's a change. Number 19, Bolanos, and for number 20, Durban. Little bit of frustration there from Tucker Stevenson. Didn't get the ball from Kellogg. Kellogg on the ball. Here's a substitute. Bolanos, see if he can make an impact into this game. Into Mackwood. Does well to hold that ball up. Under pressure from Fenwick. Fenwick's done a good job, but he's turned on him now. Mackwood looking for it. Driving towards the line, but it's kicked out of play for a goal kick. My apologies on that one. Goal kick, corner kick to Kaw Valley. Getting my words muddled up here, Hunter.
Yeah, the heat kind of gets to you after a while. I mean, it's still a little bit hot up here in the
Someone
in the
give me
press box.
some more water, man. Huh? Tucker Stevenson on the ball, looking for maybe possibly a short corner with the Obanya.
This will be the third corner for Kaw Valley.
Yeah. Tucker Stevenson with the ball in, taken in by the goalkeeper. Dropped, but straight back up into his hands. Makado looks to deliver out wide. Mohammed on the ball. Quick break. He's driving forward. It's 1v1. Drawn off. He's taken down, and that is not a free kick. No. Referee says fair play. It was actually Teti on the ball. Teti from Accra, Ghana. As we have a free kick on the far side, Tucker Stevenson was taken down on the far left-hand side, I believe. Actually, no, it's not Tucker Stevenson.
See if I can try to get a number on that, but a really tough collision there by the 30-yard line here at Valley Stadium.
Yeah, it looks like he was taken out by Manning. He's quite the tough character, old Manning. He's tough. I wouldn't like to be out there up against him.
Well, he's really set the tone here this evening, but this second half
Not at my age.
But this second half really has become more physical, especially as we're getting closer and closer to the end of this match.
Overlapping run there. My apologies earlier. Durban is still in the game, number 20. Balanos, number 19, is in the game. We'll let you know which player went out. Ball driven in swinger. Well taken in the air under pressure there by Makado.
He's done a great job on the set pieces here tonight, not skipping a beat after taking a little breather in last week's match against Kaw Valley. Can tell he is well rested. And
ball driven forward, looking for Mohammed. Picked up in the midfield here by Pearson. Looks to break forward. Great tackle there. Coming off Pearson, so Sierra in with the tackle.
The back line for Kaw Valley has not made it easy for the Menace here in this second half.
Kaw Valley have made some changes with 15 minutes to go. They're pressing. Looks like they're giving them a water break. Looks like a water break. We didn't have one in the first half. 15 minutes to go. I mean, it is a very, very hot early evening, I could say. 9:15, could be early, 9:15 here in West Des Moines. If you've just joined us for the last 14 minutes of the game, I can tell you, you have missed an absolute humdinger. Alongside me is Hunter Phillips. As we come into the last 14 minutes of the game, Hunter, I mean, we could see some attacking changes, which we've kind of seen from Kaw Valley. They started pressing 4 players up on the line.
Yep.
Looking to come back in this game.
Yeah, and something needs to give for Kaw Valley. And again, I mean, if you're just joining us, it's really been the missed opportunities for Kaw Valley here tonight. They've had a lot of great scoring chances here, especially in the second half. One that was about 15 minutes ago where just went wide right there. And, the set pieces that they've had their chances. Urbani's done a great job of being able to set it up. But I just think that the communication just hasn't been great from this Kaw Valley team. And I think that's really exposed some of the weaknesses for them. But, for the Des Moines Menace, they really haven't changed much, I don't think, on a defensive standpoint. But I think, as you mentioned, with, the scoring chances that, bringing out the right personnel for Kaw Valley, the Menace back line have just been very solid here tonight. Just have to be ready for it. But we knew coming in that, especially when the last time these two teams met, it was a 1-1 draw, that it was going to be a battle. In Kaw Valley, they're tied for second right now in the Heartland Division, and they would want nothing more than to spoil a win by the Menace tonight, who, of course, can get their 5th straight PDL playoff appearance with a win here tonight. As
Mac Wood looks to break, it's very, very quick. Burst into the box, looking for a penalty, took a dive. There was nothing about that. Brandon Fricky just shielded him out of play. Did ever so well to keep up with him.
McWoods was a big point of emphasis for Kaw Valley there in the first half. Really haven't called his name too often here in the second half. As goal kick is coming up here for the Menace.
As Brandon Fricky is having a word with the referee, or is the referee having a word with Brandon Fricky at this point? As we come into the last 12 minutes of this match. It looks like it's going to be Makeda. Just drive the ball forward, get it out, just over the halfway line. Alejandro was looking to challenge the ball as he goes in now with Avanya. Durbin lays it back under pressure. A foul from Mohammed. As Mohammed runs away from the ball. Well, it looks like Kaw Valley are going to launch this one forward. They still got 4 at the back against 1 Keno. They could really just push a few more players forward, I would think. Just adding as the ball's played and nodded across. Durbin can't reach that. Alejandro on the ball. Touch just eludes him. Gets an extra touch to it. As Mohammed goes out on the far right-hand side to press. Cleaned up by Kadar. Played forward into Durbin. Back to Kadar. Kadar looking to build something. He's dispossessed by Keno. Alejandro shields the ball, plays it out wide. Teta on the ball, plays it out to Mohammed. Mohammed back to Teta. Oh, Teta just backheeled that when he should have just taken it in his stride.
All fans are invited down on the field after every Menace home game for the autograph zone.
Thrown on the far side to Kaw Valley. Could be the chance for them to take opportunity maybe of tired legs at the back. The Menace look very steady. Having said that, balls into feet. Mohammed running at the back line again. Is brought down by Sierra, I believe. Yes.
And Sierra already with the yellow card in this match.
And if you haven't been watching the World Cup, you better start watching it tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. France versus Argentina. That'll be a cracking match. And then Uruguay versus Portugal at 1 p.m. Another fantastic match to watch. There's going to be some great matches. Get out of bed early. Go to the farmer's market. Stop off somewhere. Watch the game. It's going to be brilliant.
It has really been a fun World Cup to watch this year. A A lot of surprises and a lot of great performances, and I'm surprised, again, it's World Cup night here at Valley Stadium. We haven't seen a couple of Messi or Ronaldo jerseys. Usually you see those sprinkled about even here in Des Moines, Iowa, but we haven't seen any here tonight.
Seen a few Menace jerseys as Jepson's about to step up, take this free kick with his right foot, swings it around the back. In there's Keno. Just one there, well taken by, I think it might have been Sierra. And Williams comes across to win it. Did ever so well up against Bolanos. Williams goes to ground, wins another free kick for the Menace. This is a time to slow it down with 9 minutes to go. Alejandro on the ball again. He's a set piece specialist. Menace haven't committed too many players forward. Just 2 up front. Right now, as we have an injury on the halfway line, I think it might be Manning, which doesn't surprise me at times because he goes into some tackles, doesn't he, Hunter?
Yeah, we've seen that quite a bit here tonight, and surprised we haven't seen a little bit of cramping out there, especially with the heat. Maybe that's played a factor in some of these plays, but yeah, I mean, you talk about one of the toughest players out there on the pitch. It's certainly been Manning.
It looks like they're going to make a change. Well, they've got the trainer coming on. It's one player they wouldn't like to lose because he is so tenacious. He's got a big heart. He'll fight for his team. Be sad to see him leave with 7 minutes to go. I mean, looking forward to this. Menace come out with this. They've pretty much solidified the Heartland division, so there's going to be a lot of excitement around the city moving forward, and they're in a great position for the playoffs. I mean, this squad looks absolutely fantastic. They've got a lot of potential, a lot of ability, a lot of class. They're well coached. I think they could definitely take it to the next level and move on to, if they have a great playoff, they could move on to the Nationals. It looks like they're going to make a change here. Manning is gingerly walking off the field. We'll let you know what the changes coming into the game.
But again, as you mentioned, the Menace not really committing too many players there up front for this next set piece.
Yeah, it's not really the time to do it.
Just heard over the PA that Rashid Tete is going to be entering the game for Manning. We'll see what Alejandro can do here with another opportunity.
Alejandro is going to swing it in with his right foot. He does so into the far post, swings it way too high and wide.
And a light breeze blowing out in that direction, but obviously way too strong there from the near side.
Driven forward. Sierra challenged by 2 Des Moines Menace players. One of them, Alejandro, is on the ground. Seems like he's hurt. Landed very, very awkwardly. Within the spell of 30 seconds, he doesn't look too good. He's rolling around, he's holding his knee. Hopefully this is not too bad. We don't like to see these types of injuries.
I mean, first losing Manning and now Alejandro. It's this late in the game, you never want to see that if you're the Menace. But again, looks like there could be some cramping there as they're looking just to stretch out his left leg there, and looks like he's going to get up on his own power, which is good to see.
Well, that's a relief. Definitely a relief. It's only cramp. Ball's out. Kaw Valley have it. It looks like they might just throw it back in deep for the Menace. That's if we kicked it, if the Menace kicked it out. Yeah, Alejandro on the ball, just going to drive it back. It's what we call fair play. It's going to be a goal kick to Kaw Valley. Looks like there's going to be a substitution to the Menace. I wonder if they're going to take off Alejandro. Just give him a rest. Yes, they are. Yep. So Alejandro's going off. He's had a wonderful game today. He's hardly done anything wrong. He's a little discouraged. He wants to see the game out with 3 minutes left. Plus allotted time by the official.
I think a smart decision too by Coach Alan Marcina. No need to risk any kind of further injury here with the type of player that Alejandro is, and as you mentioned, very mistake-free night for him.
And into the game has come Paul Fool. He's from Ghana as well. So number 26 has replaced Alejandro. They'll just slot into the same role. Kaw Valley looking to break forward now. Ball side-footed back. Didn't quite. Just over the halfway line by Fenwick as the ball's driven out wide to the left-hand side, but James couldn't quite reach it.
And Justin, I think we've seen over the last 10 minutes that nothing has really developed down the field for Kaw Valley, as it seems like they've just been wearing down a little bit, and give a lot of credit to the Menace too.
It's Mohammed's on the ball. Scissors. Showing a bit of skill as he cuts into the box. He cuts it back. It's just headed away on the 6-yard box into Ubanya, sorry. Williams looking to drive forward here on the near side left. Plays it back into a full. Jepson spreads it out to Pearson, who's had an absolutely wonderful game today. Into Keno. Keno tries to turn, taken down. No, says the referee. Play resumes. Been a great flow to the game, apart from the injuries. Kadar plays it out wide. Bolanos, haven't seen much of Bolanos since he's come into the game. Tucker Stevenson, clipped on the heels, goes out for a throw-in though.
Another player that we really haven't heard a lot from here in the second half, especially here late, Tucker Stevenson.
Yeah, Bolanos out wide on the right, no pressure, looks to deliver. Straight into Williams.
Williams has taken a couple for the team here in this second half, and he's been really instrumental there as well, playing this entire match.
Didn't quite beat the near post on the cross there, Bolanos. Looks to flick it in. No communication. That's a communication problem, whether there's a non-verbal or verbal.
And we've just seen that a couple of times here tonight, where there's been some miscommunication between those players for Kaw Valley, and I mean that's another area where you can look back and say, if we just regrouped a little bit better as a unit, and if even like you said, nonverbal communication, if that could have resulted in a goal here this evening for Kaw Valley, but it's been a big factor for them not getting on the board.
Pearson plays it out wide to Mohammed. Got some great skill about him. Cuts inside onto his left foot, brings it back, wants to take him on again. Brought down. He has got so much skill, this kid. I'd just like to see him bring it in and try and create something through the lines, maybe a nifty little pass into feet, get it again, a little 1-2. He's an individual player. He's got a lot of skill. He's young, lot to learn. But I think he just needs that end product about him. I think that's what's missing with Mohammed. But he has a lot to offer. Great ability as the ball's played into Jepson. Takes it out to the corner flag. Wins a corner, I believe. Throw in. So thrown on the far side. We're 90 minutes up. It's now the referee's allotted time. Mohammed just lays it back into Jepson. Throw in. for the Menace. They're just going to slow it down. This is a time to waste time. Jepson looking, fighting. Kaw Valley, Durban on the ball, far side. Abanya looks to spread it out wide here to the near side. As Kellogg looks to drive forward, he's got Tucker Stevenson in front of him. Tucker Stevenson's really annoyed. He wants the ball played forward. Abanya spreads it out wide to the left-hand side. Right-footed, in-swinging ball. Headed away by a fool. Not a fool, Teti, sorry. A little bit of pulling.
Once again, some disappointment on the face of Tucker Stevenson there. It's been a trying night for him going up against his former squad. And again, they've had opportunities here tonight, but here in the second half, you can just tell his displeasure with his teammates just not being on the same page.
Well, he knows about the quality of the Menace, having played, yeah, as Mohammed tries to wrangle something out on the far side, far right-hand side. There's not much time left here. Kaw Valley have got to look to get this ball forward as quickly as possible. Kellogg. It's just a wall of red in front of him. Very difficult to break it down. Kadar spread it out to the far left-hand side. We have a chance here. Kaw Valley breaking in. Tucker Stevenson on the ball, cleared away by Fenwick. That was a close call on the Menace. Abanya on the ball. Nifty little ball, played through the lines. Bad first touch though. A fool playing it in. Menace have got to look to clear their lines if they're going to try and win this game. Get it out, ball driven in. Brandon Fricky with a header wide. And we have Keno, lots of space here. A full, the far left, a full from Akro. Breaks the line with Keno. Keno driving in. There's some runs. Keno takes it inside, drives the ball, just blocked, and it goes out for a corner. Some great movement off the ball, pulling defenders away, and then opening up the space for Keno to cut inside onto his favored right foot, but the ball was blocked and goes out for a corner, and this might be the time they get two players on the ball and just slow the game down. But I tell you what, Kaw Valley have not let down. They've kept going, they've had chances. Try to play it short, it's broken down, it's cleared away, not too far. It's into Pearson. Pearson playing it into the wide area, cut. Pearson wins it again, he's done a great job there.
And a foul's going to be called on Pearson.
Yeah. Keno was lucky, he was dispossessed, but Pearson, great job. Didn't give 10 yards, he could have got a yellow card for that. But no way, it's into Jepson, delivers a long ball to the far side. Well taken care of. By James, outside of the foot pass, looking for Mackwood. Mackwood cuts inside, great turn onto his right foot. Actually did very well. Mackwood's got a lot of pace about him. He's been a problem for the Menace at the back there. Difficult player to deal with. We can't be too much time left here. 10 minutes added time for injuries, apparently, is the word I've got. Kaw Valley looking to break forward. Cosmo, long driven ball in the diagonal. Durban nods it down. It's going to just be shielded out of play. Keena's just been shown the yellow card for an infraction. Something he might have done off the ball a little bit earlier on. Kato. Clears halfway line. Sierra up. Over his head, Mohammed. Mohammed on the ball. Up against James. Cuts inside. Goes past Sierra. Played in. Keno couldn't quite get a hold of it. Keno does win a free kick. Mohammed. Mohammed's actually done well with that. He's winning free kicks. There, he got that ball inside, looking for Keno's feet.
He's done just a superb job off the bench here in the second half.
Free kick to Kaw Valley. Kadar on the ball, driving forward, urging his teammates to get higher up the field. Could this be one last chance? Drives it forward into the mixer. Sierra pushed up, flicked on by Mackwood. Tucker Stevenson looking to flick it in, and it's a corner. He goes down injured. He's got a big heart as well. He works hard, extremely hard. He's up, he's limping around. Looking for a short one. Everybody except two. And Kadar just outside the box. Ball comes in. In-swinger. Everybody's in there looking for it. Cleared away by Brandon Fricky. Pearson, little nod on. Just a wall of red in front of everyone. Keno on the ball. Could be a quick break on here. As you can see, Jepson breaking through the middle. He's got lots of space. They decide to slow it down to Pearson. Probably the right decision to do with little time left on the clock. Keno, nifty feet. Taken down. That's definitely a free kick. There's so much individual skill in this Des Moines Menace team that you can pretty much give it to any player going forward and they'll...
And just to see it collectively as a team, I mean, it's really, really special.
Yeah, just the way they've worked hard this season. I mean, that's why they're 9-0-1. I mean, they work hard in training. They work on a method. They've got a methodology within the side, and they stick to it, and every single player knows their role in the system. And that's why they're in this position right now. As Kaw Valley are probably looking for one more. Driven in deep on the right-hand side. Goes out of play for a throw into the Des Moines Menace. Could this be the last chance? Williams. Probably looking for a long throw here just to get it out of the defensive zone. Get it out of danger. A full, took one to the head. Referee doesn't want anything to do with it. Ball's launched into the box. 2v1 in there. Mackwood goes to ground. Ball played out wide for Mohammed by Pearson. Lovely pass out. Mohammed 1v1 against James. This is what Mohammed loves about the game. He takes James on, goes round him on the right-hand side, cuts into the box. And it's cleared away. James, recovery run. But this is what I'm saying about Mohammed is like you've done the hard work is now. Can you create something out of your 1v1? Are you going to pass it across the box? Being clinical in front of goal. But what great skill this kid has. And possibly a great future in the game. Free kick on the far side. Keno. Dispossessed. Kaw Valley again, looking for the big ball. Closed down by Pearson.
Pearson's been really active here in the second half of the Menace.
And that's it here. The Des Moines Menace have won 1-0 and solidified the Heartland Conference with a score of 1-0, scored by Keno in the 21st minute in the first half of the game. The players are like, look, absolutely drenched. It's been a fantastic game. Credit to Kaw Valley. They've come in here and they haven't let down. They haven't given up. They've gone for it. They played very direct though. But credit to the Menace and the game plan. I mean, they've played absolutely fantastic football. They've managed to solidify the game. The conference, they're now 10-0-1. So, Hunter, fantastic going forward for the Des Moines Menace.
Absolutely, and I think what was really impressive about the Menace tonight was just how technical that they were and just how sound they were, and you can just tell that they are just a better unit as a team. Just, as we've talked about throughout this broadcast, everyone knows what their roles are, and you can just tell that this is a very confident team. Even when Kaw Valley was on the attack here tonight, it just seemed like the Menace were in complete control of this entire match, but as you said, you got to give Kaw Valley some credit as well because they put their heart and souls in this match. I mean, there was a heat advisory in for this entire match, and both of these teams just put their blood and sweat into this match. And for the Menace, they didn't need 4 games to decide if they were going to win the Heartland Division Championship. They won it with this one here tonight. 7th shutout of the season for the Menace, and I tell you what, big things are yet to come for this team. They got another match tomorrow, an exhibition match, and I know that all these fans back home are happy to see what this team's been able to accomplish this year, and all the fans back here at Valley Stadium are going to go home happy. But what a season thus far for Alan Marcina and his squad, because it's been a litany of players who've been able to get the job done.
Absolutely, and we'll be back shortly. We're going to take a quick break and recap and have a quick sip of water. Thank you very much.
Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukees big Silverado and crossover event through the end of the month. Save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT, only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. An absolutely fantastic match today. Des Moines Menace beating Kaw Valley by a 0-goal, scored by Keno in the 21st minute. Just to recap, before we end the night here, Hunter, again, we look at it with the Menace moving forward in the position they are. I think they have a very good chance of moving forward past the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think that this is going to be a one-and-done team just because of how balanced they are. You're going to spend a lot of time talking about Kino Ryosuke, who was very active tonight, scored his 12th goal of the season there in the first half. And obviously, I think the play of Adi Jepson has been something to really marvel there in that front half. But how about the back line of this Menace team? I mean, they really withheld Kaw Valley here tonight. Kaw Valley had a lot of opportunities in this match, so I think if you're Alan Marcina, you have to really go back to some of the set plays where really Kaw Valley had some opportunities there, maybe sharpen some things up. But the Menace, just with how balanced they are, how deep they are with their roster, I tell you what, I mean, there's a reason why they are 10-0-1. It's because this is a very solid team, and for them to be able to end their home stretch of this season here at home at Valley Stadium, I think it's going to pay dividends for them. But 7th shutout of the season. They're outscoring teams plus 23 on the season, which is tied for second in the PDL. I mean, when you look at the stats of this team, I mean, the markings are on the wall that they're going to have a really good postseason coming up. But really, I think now that they've secured that Heartland Division Championship, now here these next final set of matches, I think it's going to give them a great opportunity to sharpen some things up before the playoffs begin.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on this wonderful night here in West Des Moines. From myself, Justin Forster, and Hunter, and Central Iowa Sports Network, many thanks for joining us, and we hope to have you on our broadcast tomorrow night when the Des Moines Menace take on Union Dubuque. Thank you very much, and have a great night.